Hi, we're group 6 and we're doing Indigo, expanding to Finland.
Starting off with some company background, we're going to take a look at the timeline. Our group chose the popular Canadian bookstore chain Indigo, which has been a staple to Canadian readers for decades. The company has had a lot of history, as in 1940, two brothers, Carl and Jack Cole, opened the first Kohl's store in Toronto, Ontario. Kohl's went on to expand across Canada when in 1950, a UK company, W.H. Smith, opened in Toronto and became a Canadian-owned company, changing the name to Smith Books. With the leap of success of the two smaller chains, they merged to what we know today as Chapters Incorporated. Chapters grew to become the largest book retailer in Canada, expanding in all provinces. Finally, in 1966, with the continued growth, Indigo Books and Music was established, combining both smaller chains into one household name. Next, going into some of the current strategy and overview of Indigo. The retail industry Indigo is currently leading in is a bookselling sector. The reason for Indigo's great success can be attributed to its cultural department store. The Canadian bookstore chain continues to experience great growth and profitability according to research, as they are a brand that continues to innovate. CEO Heather Reisman has stated that Indigo's main business focus is to create an easygoing, interconnected store experience with a variety of items that complement the books in the store. While Indigo does thrive in brick and mortar, they also have successful omni-channel experience for consumers. Indigo provides consumers access to interactive terminals that allow them to browse books they're unable to find from glancing around the store. This strategic plan was one that perfectly bridged the online and physical world of shopping and helped generate profits for Indigo, regardless of their in-store stock inventory. Our group was very impressed with Indigo's ability to innovate and grow in a retail industry that is in decline in 2022. Indigo's CEO has described the company's ongoing history in 3 steps. 1, Indigo's initial phase was sales of books and music. 2, Indigo's move away from physical books to e-readers. And 3, a whole new Indigo that focuses on diversifying offers and creating new experiences for consumers.
Now let's take a deeper look at the backgrounds of Finland, United Kingdom, and Germany, along with the market learning that was gained from the research we conducted. Starting off with Finland, which is a Nordic country and a member state of the European Union in Northern Europe. The languages spoken are Finnish and Swedish, which is the official language of Finland. After the Second World War, the country quickly industrialized and it developed an advanced economy with an increase of prosperity, along with a high per capita income. Finland is known to be a top performer in many of the metrics of national performance, including education, economic competitiveness, civil liberties, quality of life, and human development. From the research we conducted about Finland's market, it was found that the book market there has been ranked as the highest in all of Europe. This is perhaps due to the fact that the country is populated with book lovers and is known to be a highly educated country in which books are an influential aspect of society. The next country I'll be discussing is the United Kingdom, which is a sovereign country in northwestern Europe. It has the world's 5th largest economy by nominal GDP and the 10th largest by purchasing power parity. With a high income economy and a very high human development index rating, ranking 13th in the world. It became the world's first industrialized country and remains as one of the world's great powers with influence on economy, culture, military, science, technology, and politics. Furthermore, in regards to market learning, we learned that the book industry in the UK is fairly strong and remains a culture that loves to read. However, through research, it was found that their book purchasing habits are dying down, as only 40% of the adult population have purchased a book in the past year, which is significantly less in comparison to the 77% of Finland's population that purchased a book per year. And finally, Germany is a country in Central Europe and is known to be the second most populous country in Europe. It is a powerful country with a strong economy and the world's fourth largest economy by nominal GDP, and the fifth largest in purchasing power parity. Germany is a global leader in several of the industrial, scientific, and technological sectors, being the world's third largest exporter and importer of goods. It is also ranked very high on the Human Development Index, offering social security, universal health care, environmental protection, and tuition-free education. From our market findings, we discovered that Germany has had a healthy sum of book sales, yet there was a 1.6% decrease over time, revealing that Germans are reading less per year, with book purchasing habits that show a decline in paperback books due to an increase in digital consumption. As a result of the pandemic, Germany saw a 13.9% decrease in sales as of 2020, with a continued decrease. Inevitably, Germany would be the riskiest country in comparison to Finland and UK to open a new chain of bookstores, as there is no sign of them having a high purchasing power in this sector.
We will now be moving on to the opportunity uncovered, where we have discovered that there is great opportunity for Indigo in Finland for many reasons. The first being Finland's powerful book industry. Our research has shown that as of 2019, Finland's book industry has generated a total of 642.6 million euros in revenue, ranking it as one of the highest performing sectors in the country. With further research, we discovered that during the decade of 2009 to 2019, the book industry's market value fluctuated between 500 and 576 million euros. Developing the Canadian brand Indigo in Finland would be beneficial. As mentioned previously, the country has a high purchase powering in the book industry. Our next opportunity is the reading culture in Finland. The book market in Finland has been ranked as the highest of all in Europe, as the book lovers dominate the country. It has been proven to be a well-educated country where books have a strong position of influence in the Finnish society, where 77% of the population buys at least one book per year. From a past study done in 2015, 75% of parents read aloud to their children, raising the culture of book loving at an all-time high in this country. An innovative company such as Indigo requires a target market like Finland who appreciates reading and can build a culture where it is important to citizens of all ages. The next opportunity is the market structure. The market structure determines the way a firm is differentiated and categorized based on the various categories of goods and merchandise that they sell in relation to how external factors and elements affect their operations. Companies in Finland's book retail market compete in a monopolistic market system, where this type of market structure refers to an industry in which many firms offer products or services that are similar but are not perfect substitutes. As sellers compete amongst themselves in the retail market, key differentiators in product offerings and business structure adopted by a company can be differentiated by various properties such as quality, branding, and price. This market is favorable for Indigo to enter since the barrier to entry is low, making it easier for new brands to establish a position, making it a suitable location for expansion. And then the final opportunity is the financial structure. Developing the Canadian brand Indigo in Finland would be beneficial, as we mentioned, the high purchasing power. And then looking forward within Finland's retail book sector, market forecasts and industry experts have suggested that physical book sales will stay relatively consistent, increasing at a compound annual growth rate of 2.4%. The financial support for the book industry will be considerably high. As of 2019, the market value of the book industry stood at 526 million euros. Thus, we can conclude that it will be financially profitable to open an Indigo chain in Finland, as the clientele is readily available and willing to spend the money on book-related purchases.
Now for the decision recommended. In order to decide to launch Indigo in Finland, we must conduct a risk assessment. The purpose of a risk assessment is to analyze factors that can potentially bring danger to a company's business model as a result of changes that occur within the firm. So we are analyzing the risks that Indigo may potentially face with this change and identifying the opportunities and threats. We will look at the economic environment, competition, and inventory management. In the economic environment, retail businesses like Indigo are more likely to be impacted by market conditions within the company because it has an effect on the spending confidence and disposable income of consumers. Economic variables that can cause risk to the company include an increase in merchandise costs, cost of labor increasing, increase in shipping rates, interruption in shipping service, foreign exchange fluctuation, or higher interest rates. For example, in regards to the current economic factors, the Omicron variant is a current disturbance that caused another round of capacity restrictions, which limited consumers from coming into stores, along with the impacts of higher inbound freight costs triggered by global supply chain constraints. Currently, Finland has opened up all capacity limits and are in a similar state as Canada when it comes to handling COVID-19 spread. This risk isn't as high because Indigo conducting business in Finland will be similar to Canada in regards to the COVID-19 restrictions. Another plus is that there are more restrictions, so people tend to turn to reading as a hobby due to free time, and this would make them turn to Indigo. If stores are closed, Indigo can implement their efficient curbside pickup strategy or online shipping to finish customers. Now, we must look at the competitive risk. This is the potential for actions of a competitor to negatively impact your business. In a healthy competitive market, competitive risk drives improvements such as cost reductions and quality improvements. Examples of competitive risks are pricing, innovation, and location. Also, it is important to note that there is also a large amount of competition from other established retailers that sell gift and specialty products through digital and physical platforms. The risk such poses to the company is that these retailers may increase their presence in the market by increasing offerings of merchandise, adding more sale channels, and implementing changes in pricing through discounting. As aggressive merchandising tends to surface when new competitors regularly enter it. So Indigo's top competitors include Amazon and Walmart, but Walmart is not in the Finland market. Amazon has the element of pricing as their books and similar merchandise is much cheaper and innovation with regards to their shipping quality. Indigo can compete with Amazon due to their location and also have a competitive advantage with their loyalty program Plum Plus. Indigo will also have to compete with Finland bookstores, but none have a similar business model as Indigo with their cultural store setup, so they will easily be able to differentiate themselves from the market. This will also bring innovation to the Finland market, and being a first mover is also a huge advantage. Lastly, we have inventory management. Inventory risk is the probability of an organization being unable to sell its goods or the chance that inventory stock will decrease in value. Many manufacturers, wholesalers, and retailers have a huge amount of inventory, and keeping track of one stock item is challenging enough, when keeping track of thousands of SKUs can be a daunting task. Indigo can face inaccurate forecasting and unreliable suppliers. So therefore, Indigo should continue to work with the same suppliers as they already are, because there is a strong relationship there, and having a good relationship with suppliers is very important. For accurate forecasting, it is important to learn what is popular and trending in Finland, and this can be found by entering Finland's social media sphere and building a connection with Finnish social media users to find what they're looking for / reading, to be able to design a store layout that caters to this. For example, their tables that feature popular reads in the main part of the store should be utilized with this market research. Now for the recommendations. These risks analyzed, we think that Indigo can overcome with the right strategies and potentially open the door to the rest of Europe. So we have decided to launch into Finland. So let's go on to the next slides where we present our launch strategy to successfully do this. So for the launch strategy, we have come up with 3 different aspects of it. 1, a physical store presence in the form of opening up a flagship store. The second one is building a social media presence in Finland under the username @indigo.finland. And 3, to create a strong e-commerce presence with the Indigo website for Finnish consumers. These 3 elements are a great strategy to attach themselves to the Finnish market. Physical presence is very important when it comes to entering a market. A physical store allows your brand to stand out in a highly competitive industry by creating a unique and engaging brand experience. Physical stores enable retailers to immerse their customers in their brand culture and create lasting impressions. And Indigo's competitive advantage is their store atmosphere and environment. Consumers describe it as their favorite comfort store to just walk around and pick up a few things. Customers spend their relaxing weekend stopping by. Therefore, Indigo must recreate this aspect in Finland. In particular, a flagship store acts as a showcase for the brand or retailer. Its job is to draw customers into the brand over and above making sales. The focus is on experience and creating a destination store that people will want to visit. Some of the best known flagship stores are tourist attractions in their own right. The flagship store provides an opportunity for customers to experience the brand in an innovative and memorable way, raising brand awareness on a truly personal level. Indigo Stores has currently 2 flagship locations, one in Toronto and one in Vancouver, and they are Indigo's most visited stores. For building a social media presence in Finland, Indigo can use the handle indigo.finland to establish themselves on Instagram and TikTok. The book community on these 2 platforms are very popular, and the company can use the opportunity to build a relationship with Finnish book users to promote themselves and their new location with the target market. The benefits of this are with consistent updating, the right social media marketing strategy will lead to increased traffic, better SEO, higher conversion rates, improved brand loyalty, and much more. There are virtually no reasons not to implement social media into your marketing strategy. Indigo's main Instagram is very popular due to the type of posts they make, and they also hold many engaging contests weekly with gift card rewards. They also have been active on book TikTok trends through their employees, keeping up with book trends. This will increase their brand awareness and relationship with Finnish consumers. Lastly, for the third step, Indigo should make a website to be used for their Finnish consumers and build a strong e-commerce presence with the fast shipping and more inventory. This will help them compete with competitors such as Amazon and help with getting customers merchandise that is not available in store. The benefits of e-commerce are faster buying process, store and product listing creation, cost reduction, affordable advertising and marketing, flexibility for customers, product and price comparison, faster response to buyer market demands, and several payment modes. Having an omni-channel between the physical presence and online presence will help ultimately Indigo to stay relevant with consumers and enter the Finland market with impact. Thank you for listening to our presentation.